outside and it is so cold in here all of a sudden.
It's like hot over here where I'm at.
Before this, I was on the fence if you guys were fake. This has not done you any favors. Hey SEGways! Today I'll be watching Project Fear. Please go check out the original video, then come back to my silly video. I've never seen these guys before, not even when they were known as Destination Fear on TV. God, it looks like poses straight out of Supernatural. But I've had a lot of people ask me to watch these guys, and since they were so close to beating Ghost Adventures in the last vote, I thought I'd put them up again this week. And it was a landslide victory beating Overnight and Yasko. For those of you who don't know, when you become a member of my channel, or a patron, you get a say in who I react to. I put 3 channels up to vote and you get to pick one. So please consider supporting me by becoming a member or signing up to my Patreon, the link is in the description. And of course, a huge thank you to all my existing members and patrons, you guys are just amazing. Project Fear are investigating Pennhurst Asylum, which has a really dark and twisted history. They are joined by Colin and Connor of the Paranormal Files. I've done a couple of videos on the Paranormal Files already. I was off to a bit of a rocky start with Colin when I did the first video, but after how funny I found the second video I reacted of the Paranormal Files, they completely won me over. I find these guys highly entertaining, but probably not for the reasons they're intending. I'll stay spooky for you, Colin.
So our very first stop of this trip is Pennhurst Asylum. What is up? Welcome back to Project Fear.
This is Dakota, and he's the frontman for Project Fear. If nothing else, from watching this video, I've now learned that Dakota is a unisex name. I think it's probably quite an American name because I've never met a Dakota in England or Australia. And I always just assumed it was a woman's name. So yeah.
Yeah. This is the only haunted location that's ever brought me to tears. We were hearing voices screaming, we were hearing children crying, and it's one of the saddest, most terrifying locations in the country. Yeah, this is gonna be a fun trip. It's gonna be crazy, it's gonna be scary, it's gonna be thrilling, but it's gonna be fun.
The tone of this video is already all over the place. Dakota has one of those faces that reminds me of someone, and I can't quite put my finger on who it is. He's a good looking fella, I just can't quite figure out who he reminds me of. It might be that he reminds me of a type of person rather than looking like somebody else. You know, look at him. He looks like he's an understudy in the Book of Mormon. Or Peter Parker if he never got bit by the spider. Or the kind of guy who gets his mum to still cut the crusts off his sandwich. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be an itch I can't scratch throughout this whole video trying to figure out who Dakota reminds me of.
You guys ever done that where you wake up at like 7 a.m. and you're actually on the toilet shitting still and you realize probably around 2 a.m. you woke up to and you just fell asleep?
Never.
Never? Ever?
Not once. Not even close.
Alright, let me try this. So you ever shit your pants in like 9th grade?
Maybe not 9th, but yeah.
9th? Okay, what, 10th, 11th?
You know what? Yeah, sure.
Nice, dude. My balls smell like crap today.
Yeah, thanks for sharing. Have those guys stolen a script from Twin Paranormal on how to force chemistry?
Hey, it's okay. It's okay. We don't mind. It happens sometimes.
You know what? That's probably too harsh. The Project Fear crew actually do seem to have fun together in that kind of bro frat boy kind of way. It may be a little bit performative, but it's no way near as cringe as Twin Paranormal banter.
And have seen something else.
What is that, Wyatt?
The skinny winnies.
Friends, I am locked in the cringe position.
Been at the car rental for 2 hours, baby. You too. Hi.
Alright, let's just get jiggy with it.
Spooky pants on.
Spooky pants on, baby! Let's do it!
This is Dakota's sister, Chelsea. I'm a huge Chelsea FC supporter, so she's going to get a pass from me today. I don't think I've ever mentioned my club before, so I'm probably going to get some shit for revealing this, but you know, fuck it. Chelsea till I die. Even if we are playing like shit.
Honestly, I forget how live you guys are when I come to.
That's so true, Alex! I didn't even notice! I didn't even know you're talking about!
Oh man, this is gonna be a long one.
You're telling me.
It's gonna be a long trip.
Oh.
Hey, everybody!
What's kung fu fighting? As fast as lightning! Fighting!
bloody hell, where's the skip button or the mute button? Just make it stop.
What's up? So right now, we are about to meet up with Colin from the YouTube channel, The Paranormal Files.
Woohoo! Yeah! We need some Colin to bring the credibility? No. Integrity? No, not integrity. Stability. Yeah, we need Colin to bring some stability to this video. Stability. Sure, why not?
Oh yeah. Thanks for coming out, dude.
Yeah,
This is
man.
gonna be sick, bro.
Short drive. Every time you come, it's a different type of paranormal thing that happens.
Yes.
You know, one time it's screaming, other time I was hearing doors.
Chelsea, did you just shit my pants? Because I sure didn't.
Looks like someone needs one of Patty's power panties. Change your underwear, because you shit yourself.
So warm and mushy.
This was so funny.
Pennhurst opened its doors in 1908 and was part of the national trend to segregate individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Pennhurst was built to serve 500 patients at a time, but quickly found itself overflowing with roughly 2,800 individuals. Human nature creeped in, and the overworked staff began resorting to violence.
Much like the Paranormal Files, Project Fear's editing and production are pretty good, so I won't play too much of their video here, and I urge anyone who's interested in the history of Pennhurst Asylum to go straight to Project Fear's video. It's pretty sickening what the patients of this asylum were subjugated to, and from what I researched, Project Fear's summary of the history is actually pretty accurate.
The people who were experiencing this trauma roamed all throughout these grounds, so the trauma has stained the earth here. I mean, that's where they're buried, is on this property in mass graves.
This is true. There are graves of the patients who died at the asylum, which makes it all the more uncomfortable that the website for Pennhurst Asylum calls itself a haunted attraction, since it's an actual burial site.
We haven't really heard many of your stories. You've been here multiple times.
It's funny, for years when I've told people my scariest ghost story, it was actually here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. So whatever happened to Colin at Pennhurst is scarier than a ghost groping his ass? Because that's what Colin claimed happened to him when he was at Hinsdale House with Exploring with Josh.
I fucking felt something just grab my fucking ass cheek.
So whatever Colin is going to say next has to be really messed up for it to be scarier than getting touched up by an invisible force.
As we went down the tunnels, it just immediately felt weird. And we started to hear this loud as hell. The security guard told me that's not an animal, that's a person, and I'm afraid to go around the corner. Then the screaming started from the other end of the tunnel.
Oh my god.
Echoing back towards us. I don't know. This place has just always been my number one freakiest place to investigate.
Don't get me wrong. If that happened the way Colin says it happened, I can totally understand that's a really scary experience. But is it really scarier than a ghost copping a feel?
Right now, I think we should split up into two groups.
Now, hold on a second there, mister. We're going after some creepy ghost person, and you want us to split up?
So, Colin, Connor, and Tanner, I think we should all go together and go to the Devon building.
Nice.
And then Chelsea and Alex, you guys go to Quaker, which we have never been to before. If you hear my voice right now, can you whistle for us?
Are you excited though that the spirit there, the janitor, only likes pretty women? What are you gonna do if we don't get anything? What are you gonna do if we don't get anything? What are you gonna do if we don't get anything?
That's the $1 million question, really, isn't it?
It's very quiet in here, I must say. There's no wind. There's no background noises.
I am going to roll on this digital recorder, and it's just the real-time recorder, so I'm gonna... Ooh!
That was loud. Let's go see what it could have been.
Is there someone in here?
Okay, nobody answered, so let's go see what caused that loud bang.
Okay, so I'm rolling now on the digital recorder. It's on top of my camera. I'm just gonna keep this rolling the entire time, so
you heard a bang from outside the room, and as paranormal investigators, you're not going to investigate what the bang was or what could have caused the bang. Stellar work here, guys. Top notch.
Oh my God! Did you hear that?
yeah.
It sounded like a wheelchair or something wheeling.
Like that sounded like creaking like metal.
To me, that sounded exactly like a bat screech.
There's someone up here. Can you make that noise again?
Bats are possibly even less likely than ghosts to make noises on command.
I got a bad feeling about this.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Yeah. Do you want to show yourself? Do you want to make yourself known?
Now we're getting somewhere. Very creepy. It could have been overlaid, it could be the wind, or it could be a whisper. I'm not going to pretend I know, but I like this one. Now we go back to Dakota.
Last time we were here, we did hear whistling. Whoever that was, can you do that again for us at some point tonight while we're in here?
Dakota looks like he belongs in the Wiggles. His face is like a real-life deepfake. Or imagine if Ted Bundy was a long-time member of a golf club.
We've heard many scary stories about the basement, and we're about to go down there right now. Can you make a knock if we shouldn't go down there? If we should be warned to not go down there?
Dude!
I don't want to go to the basement.
Literally, right when you said something loud, please, and it goes, boom.
That was a very direct response.
I cut them out of the video, but there's a bunch of other times that the knocks happen on Colin's command. You know what they say when something's too good to be true? I can't disprove it, so I guess it's up to you, dear viewer, on what you believe.
I'm like actually scared to go in the basement now.
Right.
And if these are the friendly ghosts up here, I'm terrified of what the unfriendly ghost is gonna do.
Maybe they'll cop a feel of that sweet ass. Anyway, back to Chelsea.
We have the PS device. This device has a word database. And if there's anyone here that wants to talk to us, you can use this device and pick a word.
I don't trust machines.
How do you feel?
Whoa, that's the first time someone's asked me that in a long time.
God, it's been a long time since anybody asked me that.
Are you happy? Are you sad?
I'm hungry.
Is there something that you want to say?
I'm hungry.
I'm really hungry. What else do you want from me here? Anyway, enough of this shit joke. Back to Dakota.
All right, let's do it. Let's go down.
Oh, bat.
Fuck that!
Is that a bat?
Bat.
Yeah, it came right for our heads, dude.
I'm glad we saw confirmation that bats are here. Big ones too. So these things can obviously make a lot of noise. I'm convinced it was a bat making that squeaky noise from Chelsea and not a ghost in a wheelchair. The sentences I have to say out loud for this channel are so ridiculous.
Alright, so right now I have the spirit box in my hand. This is a device that scans radio frequencies at a rapid rate. It's believed that spirits can use these frequencies to talk to us. Is there anybody in here with us?
Do you have a name?
I think I've got mild PTSD from listening to so many bullshit spirit box sessions. I'm going to skip all this. If spirit boxes are your thing, go find it in the original video, because they do get some responses. Personally, I don't buy it.
What? Whoa. What?
It just stopped scanning.
When shit like this happens, it's the most compelling evidence for me. Think of the number of ghost hunters and paranormal investigators that come here and sound off these obnoxious, loud spirit box sessions. They piss me off too, so I can totally understand that if a ghost can, it would shut them down. Anyway, back to Chelsea.
If there's a word you can use to describe this place, what would it be?
Bollocks.
Did something happen to you that made you cry?
The ending of Terminator 2 gets me every time.
Jesus, I cried like a child at the end of Terminator 2.
Can you describe one of us?
I've been doing that with your brother all video, and I'm still no closer to figuring out who he reminds me of. Maybe like William Dafoe, if he was a clean-cut librarian?
Tall.
That's weird.
That's totally a word a child would use.
Yeah.
For God's sake, this is getting painful to listen to. This is something a child would say. Tall? I can't even be bothered to explain why this is such a moot point. Now, back to Dakota.
Why are you here?
Why are you here?
I ask the exact question every single video I react to. I still can't tell if I'm asking it to the ghost hunters or myself.
I remember you.
I remember.
Watch yourself here.
Watch yourself here.
What a tip.
So who do we need to be afraid of?
Somebody with a rational way of thinking?
Are you gonna do something to us?
I tend to get targeted.
For those of you that have seen my Paranormal Files videos, you'll know that Connor is a bit of a tease when it comes to these darker entities.
I tend to get targeted.
Back to Chelsea.
I'm gonna leave the PS device on. I don't know about you, but if we are going to communicate with someone down here, it is not going to be a patient.
So let's just get on with it so we can all go home.
Hi.
Hi.
Do you like Chelsea?
I got a real love-hate thing for Chelsea, to be honest. Chelsea gets run through so easily these days. And don't get me started how overpriced everyone thinks Chelsea is. What did you guys think I was talking about?
I'm gonna ask the spirits here. Do you think that I should be left alone in this room?
No one cares!
Shirley.
Shirley.
Shirley!
Don't call me Shirley.
Who are you?
Someone.
Someone. Someone like you. I would like to know who I'm actually talking to, and not just the word someone. If you could be a little more descriptive. Somebody. Ooh, I just got like a big, strong gust of cold that just hit me, like just a big wave.
You good in there?
Huge wave of cold just like entered the room.
Really?
That was weird.
That's exactly what I'd expect in a large abandoned building down in the basement.
It is so hot outside and it is so cold in here all of a sudden.
It's like not over here where I'm at.
Before this, I was on the fence if you guys were fake. This has not done you any favors.
Not over here where I'm at.
Can you see your breath?
No.
It just got so cold in here, dude.
Alright, I'm coming down.
Look at how cold it is in here.
Oh my god. Chelsea, it's like not even cold right here though.
I know.
What the fuck? Dude!
It's like an ice box where I'm at.
So, in my humble opinion, this is fake. To start with, I thought this was an effect, since there are many YouTube videos showing how easy it is to create cold breath. The videos aren't even that long. But take a look how breath looks when it's actually real. It spreads around outside and evaporates very quickly. Chelsea looks like she's vaping, especially since there is a hard cut right before she exhales. There is no need for a hard cut to be here right before she exhales. There is nothing to stop Chelsea from taking a big drag off a vape, and then the cut comes back in when she's exhaling. The thickness and the direction of the breath that comes out of her mouth looks just like vaping to me. At very least, couldn't Chelsea, a petite woman, look cold? If it's like an icebox, as she says, and the temperature plummeted instantly, then shouldn't we see her tense up, shiver, look cold? Anyway, as far as I'm concerned, this is bullshit. Let me know in the comments if you buy this one or not. Back to Dakota.
I'm going to be walking through this entire building, and my friend here has a device in his hands, and you can use this to try to communicate with us.
Spirit talker. Why they have to be spirit talker?
I have a feeling like we're getting watched.
Yeah.
By something or someone in this building. I tend to get targeted.
And back to Chelsea.
Oh my god, Bert!
Frick.
As far as I'm concerned, between the bats and the birds in this building, this explains any noises heard throughout the video. It obviously doesn't prove it wasn't a ghost, but I think most rational people will pick birds and bats making a ruckus over a ghost.
Okay, so Tanner is going to go under. We're going to do the Estes method, where basically he's going to have spirit box directly to his ears. He's going to say what he hears. We're going to ask questions out loud and just see if the answers Tanner gives out loud match what we're asking.
Wrong choice, Dakota. Just watch the Paranormal Files to discover Colin somehow often gets the best Estes responses.
Jesus.
Hurt you.
Hurt you! You're gonna hurt one of us? I tend to get targeted.
Hey, Tanner.
Tanner can't hear us right now.
As I said earlier, I'm really over the spirit box, so I'm going to skip a big chunk of this too. Please go watch Project Fear's original video if you want to see how this all goes.
It is that time for us to separate and sleep alone.
He's definitely masturbated to an 80s workout video. Anyway, this is where it pretty much ends. But the group do one more episode at Pennhurst Asylum, where they all sleep in separate buildings alone. After watching the second Pennhurst Asylum video by Project Fear, I was convinced I found a huge debunk of Alex panning around to show a second person in the room when he is supposed to be alone. But after getting a second opinion, I came to realize that it was in fact a shadow. You can see there's a second shadow on the left that follows the bigger shadow on the right perfectly in time. I'm saying all this because I want to show that I will not manipulate a debunk when I know it's not accurate, just for the sake of putting a debunk in my video. I may get things wrong, but I am thoughtful about this. As Parpel mentioned in a recent video, I actually don't want to be right about these debunks. I want the ghost footage to be accurate. I weirdly want these ghost hunters to not be fake, because it's actually exciting to think ghosts are real. As someone who may have seen a ghost, I want to believe the evidence. But if they are fake, which we know many of them are, I can at least have some fun taking the piss out of them. Please like and subscribe, leave a comment and let me know if there are any other ghost hunting videos you'd like me to review. Cheerio!